nice to see you again.
Hi.
Come on in, Melissa. Please come in. You're Amanda.
Amanda.
Right? Yes. Nice to see you again. You too. Please have a seat. Thank you. So, it's nice to see you back here.
It's been a difficult time since we met last.
I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. Today we have a little bit more time than last time. We have about 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
And like we discussed last time, everything you do say here is confidential unless I feel that you tell me something about hurting yourself or hurting others or feel you're in danger.
Okay.
I do have to report that. Everything is confidential, like I just said, so please feel free to let's talk about what's going on here. And we have about 10 minutes left. I'll kind of remind you of that. We'll try to wrap things up a little bit. So, but please start. Now, do you mind if I take notes or anything this morning?
No, that's
Is that
okay. That's okay.
Are you comfortable enough in your chair and everything's okay?
Nice, comfy chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's tell me what's going on here lately in your world, please.
All right. Since we last met,
Okay.
you know, we talked about my stress level was up then. It's just gotten worse.
How has it gotten worse? When you say gotten worse, describe to me, please, what...
Well, before it was just me trying to make the daily activities work with the kids getting to and from. However, now my husband and I have had some problems, and I think it's just because my stress level is so far above normal that I just totally freak out on him, and you know, he got fed up with it, and he's gone. He left.
He's gone.
Yes, he left.
I'm sorry to hear that. I am very sorry to hear that. Would you like to talk about, because you said the build-up to it seemed very intense. Do you want to talk about that, or where would you like to start talking about everything? Because I'm sorry to hear that he has left. I'm sorry.
I think the main build-up was, I would start pointing fingers at him and tell him, you need to help me more around the house, you need to help out with the kids, and I just thought I was asking for help, and he took it like, I was being really mean and disrespectful, and that I wasn't happy with what he was doing, which is so not true. But and we just couldn't talk it out, and we tried to talk it out. We didn't go see. I guess we should have come here and talked to you, but we just needed a break. It's only been 3 weeks.
I'm sorry. I am again sorry to hear that. How are the children?
Not good. The oldest, my son, is, I think, he's trying to not go to school. He wants to go to school in the evening because he can get a job and help with me, because I don't have a job yet. I'm still looking for a job. And so he's found a little job on the side to help us with the groceries, and
that's
just
positive.
Just to keep our house, because I have a mortgage to pay now, and with my husband gone, we haven't talked about how he's going to help, or if he's going to help, or if we're going to sell the house, and we haven't even discussed all that business. And my daughter, she just started dating, so she has this bad boyfriend, and the boyfriend is just, I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. He comes in and he acts like he owns her, and I don't want that for her.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Okay, so does Dad have any involvement anymore, or when's the last time?
He and I have talked a couple times since, it's been about 3 weeks. So we've talked 2 or 3 times, but we've not really seen each other. I think it's all still really raw, our relationship is, and we're not discussing issues yet. He's still mad at me, I'm still mad at him. We're just not to the discussion and communication stage,
Now, do you think the children are acting out because Dad is left and is not in the picture?
It could be. It could be. I think my son's got a lot on his shoulders, because unfortunately, he's the only one with a job. And I'm out looking, and you know, I'm drawing a little bit of unemployment, but it's not much.
Not much. Yeah, because what I'm hearing too also is the mortgage is a huge, other than the, okay, so the husband has left, the children are acting out. And then what I keep hearing too is just the mortgage just seems, that's,
Well, it's coming due. I mean,
yes.
fortunately, when he left, we just paid it for the month, so.
Okay,
And
okay.
now we're coming up again, I'm gonna have to just not pay it and see what happens.
What I'd like to do today is I want to ask you what seems to be weighing the heaviest on your mind. I mean, I know there's a lot going on, but is there one thing in particular that you'd like to focus on right now? I mean, of course, we'll touch on the others, but I can see you already it just seems like it's so much.
Right.
And I'm hearing a lot, and that's...
Gosh, everything seems so important right now.
Well, yes, everything is important. I'm not trying to say that it's not important, but I hear a
Just
lot of
little
different
steps.
things. So now let me ask you, your daughter, let's kind of just, the children right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter is acting out with a boyfriend who is not nice to her.
Not nice.
Do you feel that she's in any kind of danger with this boy? As a mother, what is your feelings?
I don't think he would abuse her. I don't think he would hurt her. At least not physically.
All right.
Maybe emotionally, probably. But I would like to think that she's strong enough to take care of that. I mean, she's a very strong personality. She's a very strong girl.
Okay.
So I would think that she'd be able to take care of that, but you never know. I mean, with all the stresses that she's gone through, it's just changed me the past 3 weeks. I can't imagine how it's weighing on her. I mean, her dad is gone.
He's gone. Yes, yes.
And I just feel like, I mean, I can imagine how she's feeling. I mean, this is her daddy, who's been with her entire life, is just up and left her. I mean, I know she's probably feeling like he didn't care anymore. And I know that it's all aimed towards me,
But the
from
children.
him, but they're getting the brunt of it, and they have it all on their shoulders too.
And now you have another daughter also, correct?
Yes, she's in middle school.
Okay, so now, how is she dealing with it?
Unfortunately, she's just quiet. She didn't talk at all. She's just getting lost in all of it, I think. And it's sad because, I mean, she's really had she's had a little bit of involvement with her dad, but since the time she's been elementary through now, she's in 6th grade, so, Dad and I have been at odds with each other, and
Now, she's in 6th grade. Remind me, what grade is your other daughter in, please?
she's a sophomore.
She's a sophomore.
And then our son's a senior.
And the son's a senior.
And he's able, bless his heart, he's able to finish school at night. He's going to school at night.
That's a lot for him. Please excuse me. That's a lot for him to feel. Do you feel that now maybe he's kind of like the man of the house? Has he ever expressed that to you?
He has told me, Mom, it's the least I can do to help you out. So, yeah, he's doing the best he can. He knows that Mom's hurting. And he knows, I don't think he blames his dad. No, I don't know. He may.
Do you feel as a mother that any 3 of your children right now might be a threat to themselves, others, or children may be in any kind of danger? What I'm saying by that is, do you feel that they might try to put themselves with other people? Like your son is the eldest.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be on the right path. What kind of worries me, and what I'm hearing from you, is your concern most is with your daughter, with this boy.
Yes. I just think she's the one acting out.
She's the one acting out.
Yeah, she's the one that, if I do this, then I'll get the attention from Mom. And I may get enough attention from Dad that maybe he may come back.
Right.
And see what happens. If I can get Mom and Dad together again, maybe they can work things out. I don't know.
I'd like to ask you, do you think if we continue to do these sessions that maybe the children, would it be okay with you if we brought the children in either together or even one-on-one or by themselves or with you?
See, I don't think my daughter would, she wouldn't talk to you.
Okay.
Not-
then
especially not with me.
and maybe not with me, but maybe if we found her some other sources, another person to speak to or a peer group. Do you think? I mean, that's just a suggestion.
Maybe a peer group, that may be good. That way she can, I don't know, maybe she'd bounce some ideas off somebody her own age. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because I'm hearing a lot with the children, and then with the husband that's left. And the other thing that's standing out to me right now is the stress of paying the mortgage, that along with other bills.
Well, and for me, I don't sleep. I mean, I'm constantly up worrying. I worry all day and all nights. You know, if it's not 3 kids, it's you know, I'm going to lose the house. I need to find a job. How am I going to pay my bills? And then part of me thinks, why couldn't I have worked it out? You know, why couldn't we have worked it out? Maybe we should seek counseling, the 2 of us, and maybe we, I don't know, maybe we could work it out and bring everything back to normal.
Do you think maybe when you next time you speak to your husband, you could ask him about that? Is that something that you've thought about asking him? Hey, maybe we could go to counseling. What you just said to me, could you say that to him?
I really didn't think about it until just now.
Okay, well, see, that's great that you thought about it though here, just talking. Now I'm going to ask you, because I know last time in our discussions you had mentioned that you were taking some Xanax that was prescribed to you by your family doctor. Are you still taking that?
I need it daily now. And I need the full dose.
The full dose. Because, yeah, last time you had mentioned you're only taking that a half.
Right.
Okay. Have you discussed any of this with your family doctor?
She knows what's going on.
She knows. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So she's open to keep me on the Xanax until I feel that I'm okay. Until my life's a little more stable.
Have you thought about, amongst everything else, anything that could help you accomplish? First of all, have you looked for any other sources or places that would help you with your mortgage, paying your mortgage?
I haven't. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks.
Okay.
And the first action I've taken is just seeking employment, just looking out there and going from place to place. And I've gone to the mall and, you know, looked at retail places to work. I've stopped at Shoney's and
Well, I think that's great.
places like that.
That is great. I'm proud of you for that, because instead of, that's just really good that you're taking the initiative to do that.
But the only thing is if I get a full-time job, you know, I still have my kids to take care of.
Yes,
And,
yes.
I mean, I know the oldest one is probably, the older 2 are probably okay by themselves, but the little one, you know, I'm afraid that she's just going to feel abandoned from me. She's going to have some issues with me, you know.
And I understand that, Melissa, but what I'd like to for today is maybe let's just try to focus on what we can control right now. And then later on, if we have to cross that bridge, we will, because I'm seeing you already kind of tense up like last time. Yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, I
There's
understand.
so many things that
But right now, the positive that I'm hearing from you is, there's a lot of positive that I'm hearing from you. Like, out there looking for a job, which is wonderful. Just as you even said it yourself, the thought that maybe you could ask Bill or your husband, going to counseling together. So sometimes when you're just talking, ideas are coming to you, and that's wonderful. That is wonderful.
So, where do I go? Where do I go to from here?
Well,
I mean, I'm going to leave here and my stress level is going to go through the roof because it's going to be one thing after another on my list.
yeah.
So,
There are places out there that I know that could help you with the mortgage. I could look on my end, so the next time, you know, or if you would like to call into the office tomorrow, I can go maybe contact some people that I know of in some areas, try to get some resources. You also could too. The internet, the phone book, So then together, our combined information, we might have all the bases covered in places. Also, too, have you looked into, do you have your resume together and everything? When you're going to these places, are you?
I haven't had time. I haven't had to put a resume together. I just go in and fill out an application. That's what I've been doing. I guess maybe I could get a resume together.
And then also, too, when you call in here tomorrow, is that okay for you to maybe call in here tomorrow and we can talk about some places, or that I've called about the mortgage?
Sure.
And then maybe, and I know it seems like a lot I'm trying to put on your plate, but what I'm hearing from you and what I'm thinking about is I'm a little worried about the middle daughter with this boy and the acting out. And maybe if we could get to her now before something bad does happen. I can look on my end, but maybe at your daughter's school, have you been in touch with your daughter's counselor or anything, or see? Okay.
Do they provide stuff like that at the
Yes,
school?
my suggestion would be to call the school and see what resources they may be able to offer you, and at least maybe let her counselor there know, so that someone there is aware of what's going on in case her actions change at school.
Okay.
Is what I would suggest to you, and then from your end, you can take that and contact the school and maybe work out something with them.
Well, you talked about maybe getting a peer group for. Do they have those at the school? Or do I have to go someplace like here?
No, I would think, I'm not too sure, but I do know that I've worked with a couple colleagues who have worked in some high schools, and they had them there. Those were those high schools. So maybe that might be a good question to ask the school.
Okay.
It's a good question to ask the school.
Okay.
And you said your youngest daughter seems to be doing okay, and I'm really proud of your son. That is wonderful that he's...
I just wish I could, I praise him with words. I just wish I could do something special for him to let him know that he's really, really helping Mommy out.
Hugs and kisses?
Yeah.
They're always good. And positive words, that's great. We all need to hear the positive words.
I'm just so glad that he's not ready to get up and move out too, you know, because he's old enough. He could just get up and leave the baggage and leave his family behind and go away. I mean, he could do that, but he's being a good
But for
example.
right now, yeah, for right now he's not. And I like the idea that you said earlier about talking to your husband about counseling sessions together. That's wonderful that you mentioned that.
Well, even if we don't get back together, I mean,
Right.
we could have at least a relationship where the kids can see him and
Right.
they can have him involved in their lives.
In lives. Yes. 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 Now, and I know it seems like a lot on your list when you leave here, but you've had some great ideas, and I think there's some great things that you have to look forward to, like contacting the school, getting a resume together. It's wonderful that you mentioned that. And then on my end too, I will look into some help with mortgages. Let me ask you, is there anything else that you just would like to talk about? Just because, I mean, we've talked about the mortgage, we've talked about the children, but just how are you feeling, other than overwhelmed and stressed, just how are you handling things?
No, it's really hard. It's really hard. I mean, I get up, if I do sleep at night, I get up and just think, I go through the day just thinking this day will be over with soon. And I don't want to live my life that way. I want to be able to enjoy it a little bit. So I think just finding maybe a small purpose. I know my kids are a purpose, but maybe having a job and having some way to help myself and to do for myself.
Right.
Because for so many years, I mean, it's only been one income. I've been at home with the kids, and we've had the one income, and so now, you know, I have a college degree, but it's not much. You know, that people don't look at college degrees anymore like they used to. So,
Can I ask you this? Last time in one of our sessions, we had mentioned your family did not live close by. Have you spoken to any of your family members or any of your close friends about what's going on? I mean, what kind of support system do you have? Other than coming here, which is great,
Right.
but outside of here, what support system do you have, Melissa?
I have, I talk to my mom about every other day.
Okay.
So she's, like I told you earlier, she's elderly. My mom and dad both are, but she's still there to talk to, which is nice. She kind of helps me through my days, and my best friend, unfortunately, is in Florida, so we talk every other day or so too. But it's just verbal communication.
Right.
I don't have a lot of people that can actually go and see.
Well, have you thought about looking into some kind of help groups? Now, I'm just going to ask you this. Are you a member of any organization, a church,
We go occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah. And really my son, I think that's what's helped him out so much, because he goes to a youth thing on Wednesday nights with some friends, but I don't normally go to that church. We go to another church whenever we do go. But my daughters, they really haven't gotten into doing anything like that, but they're not against going when we do go.
Well, and then too, where you're willing to contact the school, even both of your daughters' school, the middle school and the high school, there might be the counselor or somebody there could maybe put you in touch, you and the children and your daughters in touch with a group that we don't know about, which would be nice.
Well, do any of the churches around here have support groups for moms who, I don't know, who are recently separated or with kids who are teenagers?
My suggestion to you would be to contact the churches. Call them and talk to them. I know it's trying to find the time and everything, but even before, or when you call in here tomorrow, I know there's a couple of resource lists that we have here in our office through the United Way. There's a couple other contact lists that we have that I can pull and get some information from.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, if you wouldn't mind, even tomorrow or the next day, just whenever, call, and we can talk about some of the other sources that I've found here in my office, or some other I can contract out and talk to some other people. So between the two of us, we can try to get a lot more ground covered and help you out here. So let's see what's going on. But let's see, I'm trying to touch here on a couple things. And what I'm really proud of, and I'm seeing it in you, a huge change. Unfortunately, worse has happened to you because your husband has left, but I'm really proud of you. You seem a little bit stronger this time, and
I have to be. I have to be. I have to put my daily stress issues, to the side, just to push through. So I can get my kids, so they're surviving.
Right.
But, I've got to think about how I can feed them and take care of them.
because we have about 5 minutes left here in our session.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do is try to kind of just go over a couple of things here in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
On your end, I think it's great that you're willing to take the initiative to contact a couple of places in your area. And then even when you contact here or call us back here, I'll give you some other information. I'm just, first, and I just have to keep telling this, I'm proud of you for just standing on your own 2 feet and willing to try to make changes. That it is a lot for you to take on. It's a lot for you to take on. But you're doing a great job. And you're raising these 3 children. And I think with the help, if you would contact the schools and see what help you can get there too, that might try to ease a little bit of the stress level. Because that's what they're there for. Contact the counselors and the social workers at the school to see what they can help you with. I would also check too to see if either one of the schools has a family resource center.
Okay.
Or either a family resource center or a youth service center.
So what do they do?
And they can help you. They could put you in touch with some organizations like the United Way, they could help you with paying of the mortgage, paying your electric bill, phone bill, things like that.
Okay.
There's a lot of resources there. I do know that much. That's one of the questions I'd ask the school.
Okay.
And then too, I'd like for you to keep an eye on your eldest daughter and this boy. That kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
And again, I'm going to touch on this topic. I think it's great that you came up with this idea, just sitting here talking about maybe counseling with Bill. You know, just working together as a team, as parents, for the sake of your children is wonderful. It's wonderful. And I'd like to go ahead and ask you, so are you willing to maybe come back for some more visits? Is that okay with you? Or
Yeah, when I leave here, I feel like, okay, you know, I feel like I can make a difference for at least a short period of time. But again, that only lasts for a little bit, and then the stress levels go back up. But, you know, that little push,
yes,
that little push I get from being here is good.
yeah, your anxiety, I can tell you still have it in you,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but you're working on it. So the positive side of that is that you're here, you're working on it.
Mhm.
You have kind of a game plan that you're willing to go with. So I think it's good, very good.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
but I appreciate you again coming in here and showing that you're willing to make some changes and do what you have to do. So I look forward to talking to you in the next couple of days on the phone, and then we can kind of compare notes too. So, but here, let me go ahead and give you a walk to the door. And again, I appreciate you coming in, Melissa.
All right, thank
okay?
you.
Take care. Take care.